Hello students, hope you all are fine. In this video, we will discuss about three topics: heat capacity, calorimeter and principle of calorimeter. Okay, so we are going to start with this discussion with the first topic, heat capacity. Simple thing, heat, you're knowing only. It is a form of energy which gives a sensation of hotness or coldness. Capacity, amount of anything which a body can contain. So if it is connected with heat capacity, means how much heat is there. We are talking about in this way. Okay, be specific about the definition. Look at here. What is heat capacity? It is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a body by 1 degree Celsius. Means if you have any object, you want to increase its temperature, change its temperature by 1 degree Celsius. For rising the temperature, we have to provide some heat energy to it. Okay. So how much heat will be required there? That is heat capacity of the body. How to calculate it? Simple formula, C hash is equal to Q upon delta T, where Q is amount of heat provided, delta T is change in temperature. Now let us talk about the unit. Here S, look clearly, here it is symbol of heat. So SI unit of heat I had written joule. Here it is change in temperature. So SI unit of temperature, that is Kelvin. So unit of heat capacity is joule per Kelvin. Clear? Okay. Then let me tell you one example. We will apply same definition here. See here, if 30 joule per Kelvin is the heat capacity of a body. What is the meaning of that? It means, break this thing only into two parts, okay? Now it is 30 joule per Kelvin. Clear? 30 joule is amount of heat energy required. For which thing? For rising the temperature of body by 1 Kelvin. I think it is clear to you. Now let us move toward the relation between heat capacity and specific heat capacity. Specific heat capacity we discussed in last video. Okay. What is specific heat capacity? It is equal to amount of heat. Yes, it is equal to amount of heat required to rise the temperature of unit mass of substance by 1 Kelvin or by 1 degree. So formula we did for that was C is equal to Q upon M delta. Okay. This was the formula. But if we will look at this portion Q upon delta T, what it is? Here only we did. It is heat capacity. So I can write the same formula in this way. C is equal to C dash upon M. So what it came? Heat capacity is equal to specific heat capacity into mass of the body. This is the relation of heat capacity with specific heat capacity. As we discussed about relation between heat capacity and specific heat capacity, now we will talk about difference between them. See, I will not discuss all the differences here. I will just tell you how to keep in mind all the points, because everything you know already. So, while writing the difference, what you have to compare? First of all, definition. One side for specific heat capacity you will write definition, other side for heat capacity. Then in next point you will write the unit for both. Then third point, formula. Then fourth is how they depend on mass. One is independent of mass. Which one that is? That is specific heat capacity. But heat capacity, it depends upon mass. More the mass, more will be the heat required to rise its temperature by 1 degree Celsius. Is it clear? Okay. So now it is time to talk about the calorimeter. What is calorimeter? A device. Its use is a device which is used to measure the amount of heat gained or lost. Okay. To measure the amount of heat gained or lost. When we are mixing two different substances. Okay, like if I have water, I'm pouring some pieces of ice in it. Water will lose some heat to melt the ice, but ice is going to gain that heat. How much heat lost by water or how much gained by ice, to measure that kind of phenomena, we are using calorimeter. Okay. Okay, which material we are using in it? Material used in calorimeter is copper. Why we are preferring copper? That is a question, important question. Many times they are asking in exam. Why we need copper to make a calorimeter? Simple thing, there are 2 points. One is that copper itself is a good conductor of heat. Good conductor of heat means with small amount of heat, it will show you proper rise in temperature. Means when you will pour some liquid in the calorimeter, if liquid is at 70 degrees Celsius, then calorimeter, which is made up of copper, after absorbing the heat from that liquid, will show the same temperature quickly. Okay, because it needs small amount of heat only to show the rise in temperature. Secondly, it is having low specific heat capacity. So, low specific heat capacity means, again, with small amount of gain in heat will rise its temperature. Okay. And as it is good conductor and having low specific heat capacity, so it absorbs negligible heat. Then what is the use of this thing? Simple thing. If it is using negligible heat, means it is not affecting the reading of heat lost by one substance or heat gained by other. Okay. Then we are going to talk about special features of calorimeter. Before talking about special feature, look at the diagram first so that points will be clear to you. Here I made a calorimeter. Okay. You can see this thing. This is a vessel made up of copper. Actually, this inner one boundary which is showing, that is calorimeter. But we kept it in bigger one box. That bigger one box is of wood, to which we are saying, giving name wooden jacket. So it is wooden jacket. It is calorimeter. What is this shaded area showing? This is showing an insulating material. Probably mostly we are using wool. So calorimeter, then insulating material, then wooden jacket. Okay. Then upside, it is having a lid. That lid is also of wood. Then here are 2 holes inlaid. Through one hole, we had suspended a thermometer to take the reading of change in temperature. Here it is stirrer. What is the use of stirrer? By holding this handle, you can move it to mix both the solution which we poured in the calorimeter. So now we can talk about the features. First feature is about polished inner and outer surface of calorimeter. What is the use of polished surfaces? Simple thing. Polishing reduces the heat loss in form of radiation. So polished inner and outer surface reduce loss of heat by radiation. Then what is the use of wooden jacket? As it is of wood, which is good insulator, so it provide insulation. Wooden jacket also, wooden lid also. They provide insulation. Okay, insulation means there will be no exchange of heat from calorimeter to the surrounding. Then as in diagram we saw that there was insulating material. So poor conductor between jacket and calorimeter. What was the use of that poor conductor or insulator? That we said wool it is. To avoid loss of heat by which method? Conduction. Okay. By using it we can prevent heat loss by conduction. Wooden lid. It also helps in providing the heat loss by convection. Okay. Conduction, convection, radiation, these all are the method of transfer of heat. You read about them in lower classes. Then thin sheet of copper. While making a calorimeter, see this. When we are making calorimeter, this inner vessel we are making of a thin sheet. Why? By making it of thin sheet, we are reducing the mass of the material. Less the mass of material, less will be the heat absorbed by the body. So, to absorb less heat. Okay. I think it is clear. If any doubt, you can ask any time. Then, next is principle of mixture. We already did in previous section also. That, what is principle of mixture? Sorry. Let me tell you that whatever we talked about earlier, principle of calorimeter. To same we are saying principle of mixture also. What it is, when we are adding any two materials, like in calorimeter, first there was any liquid, like if you poured water, then afterward you kept inside it iron rod at high temperature. So after putting that iron rod inside the calorimeter, iron is going to lose some heat. That heat will be absorbed by the water here. Okay. So one is losing heat, other is gaining that heat. So principle of mixture says that heat lost by hot body will be equal to heat energy gained by cold body. That's all for today. Thanks to you.